welcome.
This is not Billy Ocean. This is a picture of Billy Ocean. You should know the difference, you're adults. If you saw my hyper talk a couple days ago, time has lost its meaning, but I think it happened a few days ago. You'll know that at GDC 2018, I ran a collaborative storytelling experience called Billy Ocean Kills the Ocean, and Also You Help. In this scenario, my players taught a sea slug the taste of human flesh. They encountered a terracotta army of Billy Ocean soldiers. They cut the face off, one of the faces off of a Billy Ocean golem made of faces to use as toner in an eldritch printer. That was a disturbing thing to witness. 6 people calmly talking about that in a crowded park with children. And they decided to cleanse an eldritch Billy Idol's soul rather than banish him from this plane by summoning Billy Joel in a hailstorm of fire and water and by chanting Piano Man in the park. Due to popular demand, I am again running Billy Ocean Kills the Ocean, Also You Help, but this is the sequel. It is the same game. You are playing with the players of the original session. Time is slipping through your fingers. And Billy Ocean is not just yours, he is all of ours. I'm talking about as like man, like as a species. Billy Ocean is all of ours. So, this is a collaborative storytelling experience. What's going to happen is the rules are much like a maze. Everyone has a voice. That voice is acknowledged. If you use your voice to hurt others, then your voice will no longer be acknowledged, and the maze people will find you. If you are cool, on the other hand, what's going to happen is you do not play as Billy Ocean in this game. You play as the departed spirits and memories of Billy Ocean's mentors on his quest for revenge. You taught him incredibly niche, useless skills. He paid you quite well, and he slept on your couch for months until you told him that there was nothing left to learn so that he would leave. You died in horribly arbitrary, mundane, or illogical ways to save him, bring him forward, and now he stands at the front of the Ocean's Palace. Again, time is slipping through your fingers. The previous timeline is still in motion. They turned Billy Ocean Kills the Ocean into Billy Ocean Saves the Ocean. The question is whether you will do the same. And to play this game, I'll need a few volunteers. I'll need to rejigger things a little bit. If you would like to participate in the game, occupy the front row of either side of these seating things. If you would not like to participate, move back. I need someone for a certain role. I need someone who is introverted, yet has a power complex. Hello, yes, Sean. Sean drew this picture and also a picture of Billy Ocean and a menacing duck and an anchor with a top hat. Give him a hand. Yes. So, Billy, this is the symbol of your office. You drew it. What's going to happen? Oh, God. I was going to take that home. So what you're going to do is you are the voice of irresistible consensus / entropy. The abbreviation for that is voice. I put a lot of thought into this. What you're going to do is when I call people on stage, we have to do this rapid fire. So you're going to be like, okay, so what are we actually doing so that I don't look like a jerk? Right. Great. Is that second microphone working? For the face? Yeah. Oh.
Heights.
Is it working? Hey!
Yeah. So you can actually take that onto your chest.
There we go.
I wouldn't advocate.
Oh, excellent. Nice.
Okay, so sit down right there. Now I need someone who is introverted but does not have a power complex. It makes sense.
Good luck finding one.
In hindsight, it makes sense that someone introverted without a power complex wouldn't raise their hand. Someone who would like to participate on a regular basis, raise your hand.
Go on, Dan.
Dan, come on up.
Whoa.
Give.
Bring the trident.
Give a hand for the boy!
Woo!
You're going to sit down next to Sean here. This is the symbol of your office. And what you are is you are the void, the voice of impending doom. You are the look verb of the game. People cannot learn more without
I don't know who that is.
Huh?
I don't know who that is.
You are the void.
Oh, cool.
You're the void. With your void trident.
Fantastic.
Careful.
All right, so I'll need 2 volunteers. 2 volunteers? You and you, come on up. Give a hand for the people.
Just as a quick side note.
Sit on down. All right, so
Dan found this rebar.
Billy
somewhere.
Ocean's life is in your hands. At one point in your lives, when you were still alive, you played as Billy Ocean's mentors. So what niche but incredibly useless skill did you swindle him into teaching?
Hairdressing.
Hairdressing. That's useful, come on.
In particular, shaving? I don't know. What?
Shaving. Okay, so you taught him how to shave a specific animal, a specific thing.
Shave squirrels.
You taught Billy Ocean how to shave squirrels. That will come in real handy underneath the ocean. What did you teach Billy Ocean?
Once I taught him how to open a bottle of beer with his teeth.
How to open a bottle of beer with his teeth.
Yeah, he asked for it.
So these skills, the skills that you state and the skills that other people will state throughout the game, form Billy Ocean's inventory throughout the game. Once the inventory is used, you have to describe the incredibly useless way in which you died and then leave the stage so someone else can come up.
Okay.
You got the rules?
Not really.
Okay, good. Great. Awesome. So, ready to begin?
Well, I didn't understand what was going on.
The following events, if you are affiliated with Billy Ocean or a lawyer, are completely coincidental. Even if and any similarities to people dead or alive, whether or not they're named in the title of this LARP, is coincidental as well. If you aren't associated with Billy Ocean, everything I'm about to describe actually happened. Bush did 9/11. Cool. Without further ado, let's begin the game. So, Billy Ocean stands before the gate to the ocean's citadel. Time is slipping through his fingers. The previous timeline is still an active. You could see the events of the previous game playing out before you. The previous players, they instructed Billy Ocean to ask a whale for directions to the bathroom, distend his body to fit through a vent, and then to wash himself off in the ocean's bathroom. It's really weird. You don't get that option, though. In fact, the gates to the citadel are disturbingly open, and in front of you stands a sea squirrel. A sea squirrel that knows the taste of flesh, and the look upon Billy Ocean's face. What do you do?
Offer to shave his beard.
Offer to shave the sea squirrel's beard. You presume that the sea squirrel has a beard. He does not.
Ooh.
The sea squirrel is offended that you would think it grew facial hair.
Do we have a beer with us?
Can he have a beer with you? You ask the sea squirrel if he'd like to have a beer with you, and it turns out the squirrel is incredibly chill. However, you have no bottle opener. So, you and the sea squirrel walk through the ocean's halls, and it's empty. There's no life, there's nothing around. In fact, there's a whole lot of signs that something has been moved. Time is shifting in and out, and you see the building being built and torn apart as you walk through it. You find a refrigerator that is full of beer because there's nothing else to do under the sea. and you have no bottle opener. What do you do? Give him the microphone.
So I take the beer, and then I open it with my mouth, and I gave it to the squirrel.
You offer the first drink to the squirrel. Wise choice.
Of course. That's what we do. We are nice people.
What is the incredibly, in that moment, as Billy Ocean snaps the top of that beer off crisply with his teeth, he remembers the way in which you died, and he pours one out for the homies.
Oh no.
How did you die?
Maybe I don't remember.
You don't remember, but Billy does.
I was drowned into the beer.
You were drowned in beer.
Yeah.
You kept opening bottles with your teeth,
Yeah.
pouring them out on the floor until
Until I
it
drowned.
overwhelmed you.
Yeah.
Billy Ocean opened the door the next day, and he had a face full of beer, so like he could handle the shock, but it was still something else. Everyone give a hand for what's your name?
Francesco.
Give him a hand. And head off the stage. Need another volunteer. Another volunteer? Someone in the front row?
Go
Come on up. Everyone give it up. What incredibly niche and useless skill did you teach Billy Ocean?
Painting snail shells to look like little race cars.
Wow.
That is niche.
What was the thing? Even better the second time I heard it. That's even better the second time I heard it. Painting snails to look like race cars. Why did you kick him out of your house? What was Billy Ocean do? What was the annoying behavior he would just not stop doing?
He kept opening crisp packets and eating like half the crisps and then letting the rest go soggy.
I suddenly don't want Billy Ocean to survive this. So, Billy Ocean pours one out for the homies, drinks with the sea squirrel. And sea squirrel's like, yeah, man, things have been weird lately. Just, everyone's gone. There was a bunch of terracotta soldiers of you around. Who are you, by the way? Why is the ocean obsessed with you? Billy Ocean lowers his head and says, I'm denied a place in the afterlife. I took on the name of my forebear and was spurned from heaven and hell for my crime. The squirrel says, that's dank, bro. Because the squirrel is incredibly unsympathetic. Around the corner, you hear a shout. Jerry! 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 And the squirrel gives a deep sigh and scampers off without an explanation. You are in the staff kitchen of the Ocean's Palace. What do? You may talk amongst each other.
We look in the cupboards, maybe there's crisps.
You look in the cupboards, maybe there's crisps. So you're
looking for snacks.
You're looking for snacks. You open the cupboard. Inside the cupboard, there are 3 boxes of cereal. No one has opened them because they think it belongs to someone else. And there is a giant bag of crisps made of sea slug.
What flavor? What flavor?
Let's go with vinegar. Salt and vinegar. Man, that's a biased choice on my part. I think that you should decide. What
I like salt and vinegar.
You like salt and vinegar?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else here like salt and vinegar crisps?
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by good people. Thank you so much. So,
Alright. So,
you have a bag of crisps, you have 3 boxes of cereal, and also a packet of coffee. What do you do with it?
do we have a coffee maker?
There is a coffee maker.
Does it work underwater?
It does work underwater. I am not following science. That is the least of the physical worries in this situation.
I think we're gonna make a cup of coffee and eat half of the crisps.
You're going to make a cup of coffee and eat half of the crisps in tradition with your previous failings. Billy Ocean is not becoming a better person. He's becoming worse. Great. and you don't clean the cup. How bad is Billy Ocean in this scenario?
This is the dark timeline.
Billy Ocean takes out the coffee maker, which plugs and unplugs itself as time shifts around it. But eventually a cup of coffee is made. It's delicious. They buy the good stuff down there. I don't know how they get it, but they do. And suddenly, as Billy Ocean is halfway through the crisps, about to leave it on the table, a giant snail comes in with the squirrel and sees the incredible mess you've made. The cupboards are open, the refrigerator is open, the beer is lukewarm, the coffee maker is in terrible disarray. The squirrel's mouth is agape. The snail, I don't want to think about a snail with a mouth, so let's just say that's closed. What do you do? Huge eyes, humongous eyes. What does Billy Ocean do to explain this situation?
If it's anything like when he lived with me, he just kind of looks around and shrugs like, there's no problem here.
Billy Ocean is a bastard. Billy Ocean shrugs, and the snail, which is named Gary, because I don't want to remember anything else, says, "What have you done? What are you doing, bro? You just left it just dirty. It's moving. We're all moving. We're moving away from this crap. I see your just statues everywhere. The ocean hates you, dude. What did you do?" Suddenly, you see a pair of clippers in the corner, and the squirrel looks alluring. Alluring.
Bow chicka wow wow.
I think it's obvious.
Yeah, I think so. You have to make that squirrel sexier.
Yes.
What was that?
And we're gonna shave the squirrel to look sexier.
Yes, they are.
You impose your beauty standards on the squirrel using the clipper. And the snail begins to back away from you in horror, but he can't do it fast because he's a snail. And the squirrel is he's struggling in your grasp, but you're just shaving him. You're shaving a bikini, you're shaving all sorts of weird things. Runes into his skin. Billy Ocean is into some weird shit. And suddenly, you're left with a very sexy looking squirrel and a snail with a shotgun. What is the incredibly illogical, mundane, or absurd way in which you died to drive Billy Ocean forward? What does he remember as he's shaving the squirrel sexily to satisfy his dark desires?
I died in a freak accident involving ropes and hairspray.
Ropes, hairspray, freak accident. I love it. Thank you so much. Give her a hand. I also need a second volunteer. Another volunteer. Come on up. The Baroness. What is the incredibly niche but useless skill you taught Billy Ocean?
I taught him how to listen to the thoughts of pigeons.
You taught him how to listen to the thoughts of pigeons. Again, an incredibly useful skill underwater. Gary and Jerry are both very disturbed by Billy Ocean's recent behavior. The squirrel scampers away onto Jerry's shell, and you notice that again in this incredibly convenient kitchen, there is a bucket of paint, and a pigeon is coming in through the window, which does not fill up with water. He says, "Hey guys, what's up?" "Oh my lord!" He flies next to Jerry and Gary. His name is Terry, because he looks just like Terry Crews. He's incredibly attractive and way out of your league. What would you like to do? Would you like to ask the voice of impending doom any questions about this scenario?
Would you want to ask me any questions, or?
I know he's outside of my league, but... If I... Question. I don't know. I mean, you know. Oh. What can I do to have like just a little chance, just a tiny one, so that I can sort of, edge myself into his life and never leave?
So what's fortunate for you is this pigeon that looks incredibly like Terry Crews is a tremendous fan of Billy Ocean. In a very sexual way.
We have a pigeon that looks like Terry Crews. He has an incredibly sexual attraction to Billy Ocean, unlike his teammates who know the things that Billy Ocean did to spurn its parentage. And you attempt to listen to his thoughts briefly, but it is incredibly not safe for work. Gary is moving towards you incredibly slowly, shouting various expletives and asking what the hell you're doing here. Oh, I guess hell is an expletive. I just said it. There we go. He says, "You get out of our house." And Terry is like, "Well, it's not technically our house." And then he winks at you.
I say, yeah, Terry, because we all know it's our house, baby.
You say it one more time?
I say, yeah, Terry, because everybody knows it's our house.
You growl at Terry, and he growls back, but because he's a pigeon, it sounds incredibly weird. And Gary turns in surprise, dropping the shotgun at your feet.
Well, I'm a gamer, so I pick up the shotgun and I shoot him.
What the hell? You pick up the shotgun, and with your expert gamer reflexes, Billy Ocean flips it in the air, reloads it, puts the gun right into Gary's face, and pulls the trigger. No. There are fragments of snail everywhere, and Terry is into it. He begins to rub himself. And Jerry the squirrel runs off to gain help from the source that is unknown.
I say, yeah, Terry, you like that. You like that, don't you? You want to see what else I can do with this snail shell? And I grab the paint from the corner and I paint it like a really hot Lamborghini race car with Go Faster stripes. Yeah.
Yeah, clap. Clap for her. For me, I didn't sign up for this, but I'm also into it. What is the incredibly illogical, absurd, mundane way in which you died that Billy Ocean remembers as he simultaneously also considers how things are about to get real steamy under the sea?
I electrocuted myself climbing into a vending machine to get the last candy bar.
Again, give her a hand. Need another volunteer. David!
I'm imagining the Lamborghini shell as like that scene from Titanic.
Okay.
But like that's the car.
Okay.
So there's going to be a hand on the shell. And it just, the paint comes off.
Okay, I was about to ask, because there's a lot of scenes in Titanic.
That one, the one with the car.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because there isn't a car. 'Cause it's just a fucking boat. It's a boat.
Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah,
one. With
you know the
car.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But with red paint instead of steam.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
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 I know.
You aren't Terry and I'm not Billy. Let's not go that direction. David, what is the incredibly niche useless skill you taught Billy Ocean?
I taught him how to walk on large bodies of orange juice.
Large bodies of orange juice. I was thinking of a pun with Billy Ocean and orange juice and also Jesus, and that gives you all the reason you need to ignore the pun I was about to make.
So yeah, it's like Jesus, just specific to orange juice instead of water. Simple.
You notice behind you, one of the shell fragments punctured a bottle of orange juice. The floor is covered in orange juice now. And Terry is doing his mating dance. He's just with the snail shell all over him. And down the hall, there's a thumping. There's an incredible thumping, and it isn't coming from Terry. Would you like to ask the void what is coming down the hall? Also, just make sure it includes Billy Idol. Oops.
So would you like to wait? So you're asking?
Yeah.
Something wicked this way comes? Question mark.
So it's coming down towards you at a ridiculous pace. Is Terry's spouse, a ginormous octopus with an incredible voice.
Put in Billy Idol. Billy Idol needs to be in there for plot reasons.
Called Billy Idol.
Billy Idol has completely reverted to his octopus form and is thundering down the hall towards you, the stealer of Terry. Just as you and Terry are about to get all weird and nasty, Billy Idol thunders into the room in his octopus form and screams with a rebel yell. But because it's a rebel yell, he's crying more in a really sad voice. What do you do?
Yeah, we're basically asking Billy Idol to join in on this.
I didn't sign up for this.
I'd just like to say I regret every decision I've made in this game up to this point.
You made him an octopus.
We're basically making hentai. We have 2 minutes to wrap this up. Okay, hentai happens. You come out of it incredibly just covered in sweat, but not in a sexy way, and like you have excreted every liquid in your body kind of way.
Why are you looking at me?
You're the closest thing I have to an audience surrogate. So,
Yeah, now I'm kind of curious about Terry's thoughts.
you're curious about Terry's thoughts. I have to narrate this. Terry has listened to every single one of your albums. Terry has so many pictures of you on his wall. Terry is incredibly into Billy Ocean, and now that he's been with you and with Billy Idol, he realizes that you aren't what he thought you were. He's walking away disappointed.
Oh.
Terry leans against the kitchen counter, and the one thought you can hear clearer than anything is, what have I done? Yeah. What is the incredibly absurd way in which you died?
So the reason why I kicked him out was because he kept using the word literally, figuratively, and he did it again, and I just had an aneurysm.
Now I have to wrap this up. Give her a hand. Who wants to be on this stage for exactly 3 seconds? Okay, in the first session, the entire city of Atlantis was summoned from the deep because everybody in there was a good person. So, suddenly you feel a shaking under your feet, an incredible shaking. Can we get some stomps? Some stomps, an incredible shake in your feet as the city begins to rocket into the sky. The citadel of the ocean emerges on the surface. And octopi aren't aquatic animals. Billy Ocean stands before Billy Idol and before Terry. And one of them is going to die unless you can somehow save both. What is the incredibly niche skill you taught them?
I taught him how to do like the perfect Jenga push. I just let it slide right out there.
So with your last moment of cognition, as you too are dying from the incredible change in pressure which you just endured, the ocean didn't play a single part in this session. Holy crap. How do you approach the wet, disappointed, angsty Terry and the Billy Idol flopping on the floor, begging for his life with a strange octopus mouth?
Please don't kill me. That's how he sounds.
Have you all decided on this? Have made a decision?
I was going to walk away. This is all too.
So what do you do?
I don't know where we're getting this from, but we're submerging the octopi in orange juice. Yeah. And then we're going to walk on top of it into the sunset.
Billy Ocean takes the quite satisfied Billy Idol and only quite, yes. It submerges him in orange juice, saving his life. You then step on top of him into the sunset. The final thing you see in Terry's eyes is a loss of innocence. And if there is anything that is the heart of the ocean, it is love and innocence. Billy Ocean just killed the ocean. Give everyone a hand. To Sean, the drawing man and also MC. To Dan, who was incredibly uncomfortable. To David and Natalie and all the amazing people, one more hand. Thank you for playing Billy Ocean Kills the Ocean. Also, you help. I'm freelance. Hire me. @RitNelson on Twitter. Thank you.
Thanks. It was pretty entertaining. Well, compared to the really complex story, I have very simple award for you. So I want to give you an award. It's a Scramble Shake 18 idea inventory. I can't even read. Inventory award. You won this award.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Well done. And then like they were making accent. I just like got the. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Of course, please.
I have a speech, and it's 13 very small words, but they're very carefully chosen nonetheless. Fuck the mainstream unless they give you money, in which case, be gentle. Thank you.